So does J-Lo still have the star power to make her music movie crossover a success? To answer that question, we have J. Edward Keys, editor-in-chief of emusic.com. Hi, Jay.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So, is anybody going to see this movie?
Well, I feel like the filmmakers could have a real hit on their hands if they could just figure out how to package up this movie and send it back to 1999. I'm not really sure J-Lo has that kind of star power anymore. She put out a record last year, it didn't sell very well. She was a judge on American Idol on the lowest rated season of the series. I feel like even she's more consciously concentrating on her Latin fan base. She just did a tour with Enrique Iglesias. I think it'll do well in that market, but as far as crossing over and being a big mainstream hit, I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
So, crossing over might not happen, but will it translate into album sales? Do concert docs ever translate into album sales?
Yeah, I feel like they used to in the 80s when you're talking about U2, Rattle and Hum. These days, it almost feels like it's the reverse. 3D movies cost a lot of money to make. You have to have a bankable star behind it. You have to have somebody that the audience already has a relationship with, that they love, and that they're going to want to spend another $20 to spend another 2.5 hours with in the theater.
Right. So what does it take to do a concert film right?
Well, I feel like if you look at the two biggest 3D concert movies in recent memory, they're Justin Bieber and Hannah Montana. Both of those had two things in common. They had a rabid fan base, particularly teen and preteen. And the other thing is that both of those artists were on tours that it was impossible to get tickets for. People were trying and trying and trying and couldn't get them. I feel like the 3D movie in that case functions as a kind of alternative for people who didn't get to see them live or who maybe didn't want to spend $100, $200 to get in to see them. They can spend $15 or $20 and get relatively the same experience in the theater.
Right, so J-Lo's she's too old and too attainable.
I think most of her fans have moved on by this point.
All right, thanks again for joining us, Jay.
Thanks for having me.